eating night. I don't want to eat my mic. I don't know why it does that on some nights. I can't figure out what it is. Hey, everybody, welcome to the show. I'm trying to figure out how to not eat this. I'm pretty sure it's not supposed to be edible. Welcome to this Wednesday's episode of FAE News Network. Back here with your regular FAE News crew. Wow. Oh my gosh, it's so good to be back here. I'm Fairy Princess Lolly, your host, and I'm here with Ion the Leprechaun tonight. Stormy Faye.
Hi.
And Famous Dana the Boggin.
Hi.
Count Morbid, lurking in the lurking darkness. Woo! And the People's Baron, apparently. Baron Gunther Hammerhands. Yes. So, well, we actually have quite the we have quite the little gathering here tonight, which is exciting. We are and hello, I see you out there, Christina and Cobble. Hello, thank you for tuning in tonight, you guys. We are excited and happy to be back here, although I think all of us have had a crazy last couple of weeks, and as you guys probably know, every person here in our household has between myself, Ion, Gunther, and the house Lou, who you guys do not see. We all believe Lou definitely came down with a case of COVID, and so we all believe that that he probably got it from us when we were sick last week and missed our show. We now think that was COVID, and so we have been quarantined here. Coming, for several days now, and well, no more. So please, guys, wear your masks. That's all I can say with regards to that. First things first, of course, hit the like and subscribe button. If any of us cough or choke during the course of the show, it is probably because we all still have lingering effects of things that are, going on. It's doesn't go away very quickly. So, but please hit the like and subscribe button for us, and of course, ring the bell if you want to get notifications for future shows. We'd love, of course, to have you tune in. So also, tonight's sponsor for the show is the Seattle Scrunchie Company. Thank you so much. Seattle Scrunchie Company has been here for handmade home shopping. And also, they were one of the vendors who kicked in for prizes for our Cyber Samhain event that we had. So thank you so much for having done that. They are a queer woman-owned shop who is run by 19-year-old Allison Missler. She is such a wonderful personality, and it's awesome that she is so entrepreneurial. She hand makes a huge variety of scrunchies and headbands, often with a second headband or recycled fabric and material. 10% from all of her sales right now are going to the Engage team, which is a group of organizers and volunteers in Seattle to help fund their events and marches. And other portions of her sales from certain products also go towards charities and places that need support, such as local youth LGBTQ organization, Lambert House, and Aloha Aina. So please, you guys will. Her information is going in the ticker. It is also down in the low bar. We are basically entering that season of the year for buying all of the presents and the stocking stuffers. We have had so many vendors here on our show that have supported us. Please go check them out and give them some support in return if you guys like joining in and everything here. So it's kind of one big happy family, right? Whoo-wee. Wow. Okay. And that was all of my air for the night. I see you down there again, Justinian. Wait. What? I see. I just put Justinian in, but Justinian looks frozen. I'm not sure what's happening right there. This blank spot is hypothetically Justinian.
Let it go. Let it go.
Hey, Joshua, Holly, I see you guys out there. Wow, so you guys had 2 weeks to get your word in for I just to get your word in Wing Envy. So you have to hop over to week before last week's and get Wing Envy in. I'm excited to do the drawing for tonight. I think Justinian is having technical difficulties there. That's okay. So Gunther, do you want to show us your momentous thing for today?
Yeah, nice jacket.
Shut up. That is not it. That is not it.
I think he got his horns polished.
No, he has been working all over a year for what he is about to show you guys here tonight. Today, he went to the Tooth Fairy, and he finally got his new set of chompers. Show us your teeth.
So
Don't
to
do
be
it, man.
fair, I am really kind of on pain meds.
Yes.
That's the only way I can sit here right now because it is a lot of pain I'm in. They removed 15 bloody teeth, and it's bloody, but now it looks like this.
Yay!
Yes, there they are.
Yeah.
Woo! I know. Pretty soon he's going to be on the
To be
cover
fair,
of Fairy
the only way
magazine.
I can hang out with all of you is if I'm on heavy narcotics as well.
I understand it. It's okay.
Dang.
The surprising thing is I can actually talk right now.
A little bit. So,
Yeah. I got
getting
a bit
used
of a
to
weird
it for
thing.
sure. Man, I
Just have to
want
act like his face is all swollen.
Yes,
My face actually is not swollen. It's the inside of my mouth, though. It's a bit off.
he thinks his face isn't swollen, but I bet it's the narcotics.
We both.
I got better teeth than Frank now, you know?
Oh.
Oh, man. Yep,
Is Frank showing off his chompers now? I'm sorry.
I know. Now you're
Frank
going
is
to have
really-
to, apparently you have to compete with Frank? I don't know. And Famous Dana, look at Famous Dana. She's over there smiling.
Yep.
Oh,
I
man.
went to the Tooth Fairy. Oh goodness gracious,
I need to go.
10 years ago, and had the same thing.
I'm pretty sure that narcotics is how the Tooth Fairy convinces people to turn over their teeth.
I'll
Oh,
say
it's
this.
the fancy ones.
The
cost
numbing
more than
process-
Yes, it's a fairy that you invite into your house to steal your bones.
The numbing process, though, oh, that was not good. The needle was like this long, and they shoved it in my mouth. And I'm sitting there looking at him going, are you crazy? Oh, it's just a pinch. Yeah, let me show you what it feels like.
Oh, maybe it has to be that long because they have to do it from far away, not because like you know what I'm trying to say. Oh, Justinian is having a voice trouble tonight.
It could be the fact I have a big mouth, too. That's a thing.
What?
It could have been the fact that I have a big mouth, too. That's a thing.
You're
That makes it
also
easier. It means they
big.
can crawl
in person.
inside and work from the inside.
I'm just saying we should all take note. Sorry, go. What did you say,
It
Dana?
just doesn't work so good when you're a big person. The meds aren't the same.
Yeah, well, there's that, too.
I
Nice.
was
They forget
lucky.
that, though, a lot when they give you meds. And so they give me
Yeah.
ones that don't work on me a lot.
Well, I was lucky because they just like knocked me out and
Yeah,
said,
this is
"Okay, we're gonna take all your teeth now." So, I
But,
mean,
yeah. They
I
didn't
didn't
knock me
feel it.
out,
I was
man.
out.
They didn't knock me out.
I felt it when I woke up.
Very
You
small
sure they didn't just use a baseball bat to get you knocked out and teeth out all in one go?
Well, the girls they had that did my teeth were probably about Stormy's size. So, like,
Whatever.
one would climb up on a ladder and get in there after me, you know. It was a thing. It took a little bit, but yeah, I'm surprised I could actually enunciate anything right now, to be honest with you.
Do they tie your old teeth to strings and then to a doorknob and slam the door?
You know,
I actually tried doing that when I was a wee young spriteling with one. I don't even know which tooth, but I very distinctly remember trying to tie the thing to my tooth and then to the front door and then trying to slam the front door to pull the tooth. But the problem was that I would close the door and then run with it because I was just afraid of like, ouch.
that's
So it
what
never
you do
worked.
right now too, though. So that's okay.
Like, I just thought I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
My friend's daughter, they tied a string to her tooth and then to an arrow. And
Do you-
shot the arrow and it took her tooth.
Did it work?
Yeah, it worked.
Oh my gosh. How did they not lose the tooth though? Because once it comes out, then
I guess they
What?
found the arrow. They
Because it's attached to the arrow.
yes, but it seems
In
like
theory.
it would slip off the end.
It worked.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, everybody's attaching the teeth to string. I just had my mom tie it to my tooth and just yank it out my mouth.
Yeah, there you go.
Then they used to also, with my baby's teeth, they used to make me eat apples and such like that to help bite the tooth out. But, I mean, it was nothing like this. Actually, I think we have the teeth hidden somewhere. I think Fairy Princess Lolly has the teeth somewhere.
She does.
Those are your teeth, and they have great value in the goblin market. I did not let the tooth fairy keep those teeth. I took them.
So she's got fragments of my teeth somewhere.
Yes, I shall grind them up to make tooth dust.
The tooth fairy.
They make nice necklaces.
Justinian says, "Pay me the teeth."
Poppy recently asked me if the tooth fairy was a goblin, and I was like, goblins don't really wait until they're out of your mouth. But Poppy was asking if the tooth fairy was a goblin. And
Is Poppy out there?
Breaker confirmed.
Actually, the tooth fairies were.
She'd asked me that a couple of weeks ago, so I don't know if she's out there tonight.
Oh yeah, that reminds me, because I'm not gonna. Here, I'll show you. Quick, ready? I'm just gonna flash you guys, but
What?
Right there. There's a little article about Poppy in this month's Fairy Press, which I finished last night, and did I just print this upside down? No, there must be another one. This is I printed one of them. I printed one of them upside down and one of them right side up. But so anyway,
if you
the Fairy
turn the
Press.
paper over.
No, that's not what I mean. So I staple them at the corner. Gosh, why are you such a jerk to me? See, Gunther has the right side up one. See, but this was the first one because I always print them backwards on the first try. And so if you turn the page, then it's upside down. It's supposed to be like this, but I printed it upside down because I'm silly and I always have to like have a test copy. Anywho, these are going. I was gonna try to get them out today, but between having to go to the tooth fairy, then having to go to the grocery so that we could get special things for Gunther to eat so that he doesn't starve. All of the things were just, it was just a busy day. So, but it is printed, and so it will be going out tomorrow because tomorrow's Thursday, and so I have all day to work and make stuff. And yes, so I should say, if you guys want a copy of the Fairy Press, you can get it by joining our Patreon at the $2 level. So, and then it will be snail mailed to you. If you do that tonight, you will get one when I do my list tomorrow. So that'll be a thing. I don't know. So how about the rest of you? Stormy, you had troubles with your land dragon, or you had to take it to the dragon doctor?
Yes, both of our cars are needing new tires. Mine are way more expensive than I was expecting, but they'll last me forever, so I guess the trade-off is fine.
Forever? I need to take my land dragon to where you took yours because I want tires that last forever too.
They're expensive, but and I guess like my car that I have only uses expensive tires. So I was like, are you kidding me? So gotta get tires, and then but they're supposed to last forever. And if you get them at, I think it's either Midas or discounts, you get like an extra warranty where they will fill the air for free, rotate for free, and patch any holes or anything that happens to it for free.
Yeah, that is pretty good.
On that splinter.
So, that was fun.
Those splinters, those can be really dangerous, especially when they're in the dragon's noggin.
My upside down newsletter is so bats can read it while hanging out.
Yeah, they can go with my upside down land dragon.
Right? Oh my gosh.
There's been so many land dragon problems right now. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I can feel the fact that the COVID was a thing because it seems as though if I laugh too much or I talk too much, I get winded very quickly, which is a weird and strange feeling. And no, I see Count Morbid is looking for an opportunity to say something right there. Look at that face. He's just like, he's waiting.
You could
He's like,
also
I need a
just be
snarky
really
comment, right? What?
You could just also be really old.
Yet still younger than you. Oh, I
That's
guess
a low bar.
Well, I guess I thought I should say that also that today or yesterday, I don't remember which. Anyway, I have opened discussions with the Homewood Suites in Vancouver, Washington, for a Yuletide event. So I will be looking at the information that they sent me tomorrow, because this year I'm looking right here at a calendar. Winter solstice is on the weekend of the 18th, 19th, and 20th. Technically, the solstice is the 21st, which is a Monday, but it's that weekend of the 18th, 19th, and 20th that we're looking at, which is I'm excited for. Last year we were going to try to do a thing. This year we are going to actually do it because that's what everybody voted on. So I'm excited for that. And also, oh my gosh, we're doing it, Gunther, whether you like it or not. Elf on the Shelf. Yes, I had a brilliant brainstorm yesterday that we should do an Elf on the Shelf contest for Yule. So you have to get your elf, and then you have to put it in some kind of a scene or a diorama, take a picture, and then we will look at all of the pictures here online and have the vote on Patreon for the best Elf on the Shelf.
So I promise you, if the elf is on a shelf near me, the picture will look like a squished elf on a shelf after I bash it with my club. I'm just saying, I hate the bloody things, and they will die.
I mean,
Gunther.
Yep, Gunther is not a fan of Elf on the Shelf, but I think it will be hilarious.
So the subtitle of his diorama is, "Oh no!"
So I've already got one.
He's got a dead elf on a shelf.
Oh no!
He was prepared, that guy was.
Never saw it coming.
I liked your idea last night, Ion. I don't know. I haven't thought of an idea for doing one, but I did put the poll up in Fae Hollow on Facebook in our group. And so far, the votes are 9 people have voted for it and 1 person has voted against it. Gunther's probably rushing over there right now so that he can vote no.
I'm going to get a bunch of people to come. I'm going to gather the vote here, and I'm going to strike the vote, and we're going to send in our mail-in ballots, and we're going to vote no for the show.
I'm just saying,
Lolly on a jelly.
Don't you know?
I didn't know it was cold. I have to bring out my mirror and look.
I'm just saying, votes that happen in Vegas stay in Vegas.
you know what we can. I'm sorry. I was not listening to any of you guys. I literally was in my own head, like really
That's
deep in
pretty
my own head
normal
right
for
there. You guys were just talking, and then I was in my own head having my own conversation, and then I was gonna say something, and I realized that what I was going to say, I don't think was related to anything you guys were just saying. And I was like, wait a minute.
I don't think that is caused by COVID.
Not one of the symptoms, huh?
No.
Brain wind tunnelness is not a symptom of anything other than just having a wind tunnel. I guess.
I don't even know.
So much a brainstorm is a light brain drizzle.
A brainstorm for her is something that happens in the shower. Just saying.
Oh my god. You guys are so mean. Why do I can't hang out with you guys?
His real friend.
You know, just so you know, I had nothing to do with any of this. I just happened to be here at the right time for the wrong reasons. I mean, the wrong time for the right reasons. I mean, there was no reasons at all. I wasn't participating.
It just, but giggling didn't happen. Giggling may have happened, just why is suspect. I almost lost my bottom tooth there.
So here's the thing: is that I don't know what to do for a prize for the elf on the shelf. So I need ideas for that. Ooh, oh my gosh, the time already.
A special decorated belt for Christmas. You will have a special belt, and you will have the Elf on the Shelf Championship.
Oh my god.
Yes, I second it in case that was a nomination. And then,
That's my nomination.
I'd rather something I can eat.
You know
Something
it.
you can eat.
How about we just send you cookies and you'll be okay, along with the belt.
So there we go. Hey, I really have fun switching everybody around. I'm so happy that I discovered that I could do that. Wait, what's that?
I'm prepared for if the elf on the shelf shows up.
He's preparing. He's gonna have Elf on the Shelf Thunderdome. 2 elves enter, 1 elf leaves.
I thought he was going to put a rat in there with the elf.
Ooh.
Despite all of its range, it's still sitting in there with a rat in a cage.
So is he going to have the elf fighting against Master Blaster? I missed it.
Master Blaster runs Bartertown. Who runs Bartertown? I mean Goblin Town. Who runs Goblin Town? Oh,
They
man.
don't even know. They vote on it daily. Still don't know who won.
I think Goblin's Town's always changing because they're always killing each other. And whoever takes the leader,
Well, they do have a goblin
leader
king,
at the time. Right?
the tiny little king.
Yeah.
I just imagined a tiny little voice doing that. Okay, you guys, it is that time that we do the drawing now for 2 weeks ago's prizes, which are the awesome 4 vials. I did have some cool suggestions for the magic powers of these, so I guess the winner, when they get their prize, they will be surprised with the magic powers of their vials, because I got a bunch of suggestions and I haven't picked them out yet, which ones I want to go with. I have everybody on the wheel, so let me pull the wheel up so we can do the spin.
Break a deal, spin the wheel.
Wait, I do not understand that reference.
Literally,
You know who Master
It's straight out
Blaster
of
is,
Mad
but
Max
you don't.
literally out of Thunderdome. It's how they pick what kind of competition they're going to do in Thunderdome.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that's right. Okay, so here's the wheel, you guys, and I'm going to and I want to say thank you again to Car Hunger Creative. They were our vendor. Phoenix Fire Studio, congratulations. You are the winner of the awesome 4 little vials.
You should have them on Handmade Home Shopping again. They're really good.
Yes, indeed. Okay, there we go.
Phoenix Fire Studio.
Yes. So thank you again. And you guys, if you are interested, Car Hunger Creative, their information should be in the low bar. It's definitely in the low bar of our last FAE news. So thank you guys for contributing those. That's awesome of you. And they're down there in the audience too. So you should go and check them out.
Welcome to the party.
Right? That puts us at 8 o'clock, which means it's time to bring in this week's vendor interview, truly a craft artisan. And I see you guys down there. So, whoop, here you are. Hi, how are you?
Good. Hi, Distillery Alta flew in today.
I know. Look at you're so cute. And I love your hat.
Thank you.
You and Famous Dana both. Check it out. You guys both have Famous Dana, you said yours was because of Veterans Day. And
yes,
so
indeed.
I guess we should say thank you, because we do know some FAE folk who definitely have gone to help serve in the human armies. And so thank you to everybody who's done that. But yes, please, James Bay Distillers. So if you will, I'm going to embiggen you here really quick. Please tell us, tell our audience, introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about you. And then let's see what you have tonight. Let's talk all about this. I'm so excited.
So I'm Lee, also known as the Distillery Elf. My husband Ernie and I own James Bay Distillers. If I step that way, you can see the logo. I'm rocking the vintage logo on my sweatshirt
Yes.
today.
You look warm and comfy.
But we are a U.S. Canadian company. We are U.S. citizens with Canadian work permits. Originally, we wanted to open our distillery in British Columbia and Victoria on Vancouver Island. And after moving there for 6-7 months, we did not find a spot. So we were down here visiting the community of Scott on the south end of Canada. And that's where we are. And September, we interviewed members of our spirit communities. So we have.
Can I pause you for a brief minute?
88 proof.
I feel like you're super far away from your microphone, and it's making it a little hard to pick up and hear you. Can we move your camera a little closer? Is that possible?
Let's see if we can sir.
What was that?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, a little bit better, I think. Let's give it a try.
Okay, I'm going to talk really loud.
Ah, that also helps.
Okay, awesome. So, like I said, we're a U.S. Canadian company. Our first spirit that we released was our Galloping Goose whiskey. It is a 100% corn recipe distilled in Canada. She has notes of caramel, vanilla, a light baked chocolate with a light nut. And the big chocolate flavor came from the bar on the barrel. And I mentioned that because our second whiskey is our Cowboro.
Okay.
And we want to play with chocolate note, so we infused her with a natural, sustainable alcohol.
Okay, I have a question. I don't know if it's just me. Are you guys able to hear? Are you guys able to hear? Are you getting awkward feedback?
It sounds like she's swimming.
It sounds like she's swimming.
I'm swimming. Not tonight. Too cold.
It's hard to understand.
It's a little garbled and hard to understand. Okay.
I have a suggestion. Can she like mute all of her things on her side so that, and we won't talk to her, we can just listen to her talk?
Yeah, I was going to say, I'll go on mute.
Yep, muting.
Okay.
I'm saying if we all don't talk and she mutes the channel so that there's no feedback coming back at all, maybe?
Okay, I understand what you're saying. I think I understand what you're saying. I guess, excuse me. Oh, sorry about that. I had a cough right there. Stormy, when you say if she should mute the channel, where are you talking about muting from?
Like, so she should not getting any feedback from any of us. And if we all mute our microphones, or she could just do that, but maybe it might help.
Do I have the capability to mute all of you guys?
No, I can mute everybody from our side. I think it helps though also if you speak and then stop and speak and then stop, because it seems like when there's a stream of talking that's when the feedback starts happening.
Yeah.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes, I can certainly try that.
Okay.
So do you want me to go back and start over with our first one?
No, go ahead and start with number 2. There we go.
So the Cadboro is our second whiskey. We played with the chocolate note that you find in the Galloping Goose by adding a natural, sustainable cacao from Ecuador.
Yeah.
We can trace it all the way back to the farm and field that it came from. After we have done a cold infusion or room temperature infusion, we strain it back out at the 0.5 micron level, so it's clear. It's a flavored whiskey, not a liqueur. So those are our 2 whiskeys that we currently have. moving into our gins, and as soon as you're well enough, you have to come back and try this one.
Is this the new one?
This is the newest gin, yes. So this is our gin trigue. We took our London Dry and put her in a barrel that held bourbon for 4 years and cognac for 7, and let her sit for a year. And this is the beautiful amber color that we get when she comes back out. So she starts out like a gin, and then you start picking up all those wonderful stone fruit flavors that come from the bourbon and especially the cognac. And then at the end, a light juniper weave goodbye. She does as well in gin drinks as she does in whiskey drinks.
I have a quick question from the audience if you want.
Sure.
Let's see. Stormcrow Manor in BC and Ontario is selling hand sanitizer pumps that have sanitizer that is a byproduct of distilling from Vancouver Island. Do you guys do that as well?
No, we do not. Unfortunately, so Canada has different rules than the US on making hand sanitizer. And for one thing, we would not be able to keep up with the production of somebody like Mobil or some of those other larger companies that are distilling. And plus, we ran into, there's a few other hiccups in the States with doing that. So no, we try to focus on online sales and developing new product.
I find myself though wondering if you use hand sanitizer as a byproduct of do you wander around smelling like this is what you like? Nobody knows.
Yes and no. The parts of the distillate, I mean, it depends on where they're taking their cuts from, but if you're just doing it for hand sanitizer, it should not have an odor. But one of the issues we ran into in the US, you have to add Bitrex, which is a bittering agent, which keeps people from trying to drink your hand sanitizer. Because unfortunately, alcoholics will actually drink perfume if they get desperate for alcohol. Yeah. And it became.
But that's not even the right.
I know. I'll explain some other time.
Okay. All right.
We tried it. It was a big thing. Our last gin is our summer gin number 5. Speaking of smelling like perfume, she's our citrus infused gin. She has it started with that same London Dry with a cold infusion of orange, kumquat, tangerine, and mandarin, and then again filtered back out at that half micron level. And I know Princess Fairy Lolly knows the answer to this, but anybody guess why we call her Lockside Summer Gin number 5, especially the number 5? Any guesses?
Any guesses as to why it's called the number 5?
Number 5 to the end.
I think that's a question for you guys in the audience out there. Do you know why it's called number 5? It's not because it's a mambo?
No, it's not mambo number 5. It's not a recipe. Any other guesses?
I'm looking. I'm waiting.
There were 4 other ones first.
No.
Oh, that was going to be my guess.
Think about your grandma.
See, Cobble had the same thought I did. Anything about a mambo? No. The answer, Cobble, is no. Nothing about a mambo.
So the answer is
maybe it's number 5, so it's V for victory.
It's Chanel number 5. We have 3 ingredients in common with Chanel number 5.
No way, really? I love that perfume.
Yeah, in the fragrance world, orange blossom is known as neroli.
Yes.
And the primary fragrance in Chanel number 5 is kumquat.
Is it really?
It is. They use a really long chemical name that I cannot, for the life of me, ever remember. So it doesn't say kumquat when you read it, but if you look at the chemical names, It's actually kumquat, essence of kumquat.
Right.
And then orris root, which is an ingredient in gin. It comes from the root of the iris plant, and it is a mediating function. It helps pull all those flavors together so that they taste wonderfully together.
That is actually really cool, and I had no idea even the Chanel No. 5 was my first real perfume I ever had, and
yeah, so we kind of joke that if you run out of perfume, just take a little of our gin.
Right. Well, now
that actually makes sense as to why the angry elf doesn't like Chanel No. 5.
Oh, I'm sorry.
She's allergic to kumquats.
That is a truly strange thing to randomly be allergic to. And how do you even find that out? It's not as if eating a kumquat is like, you know, you wake up in the morning, you're like, I think I'll have an orange for breakfast. Like nobody's like, I think I'll have a kumquat for breakfast. You know?
Somebody had a bunch of them, and one of her friends, and they all were trying them and eating them, and she broke out, and she was like, this is horrible. And she never had an allergic reaction before. So, yeah.
That is strange and weird, but I like them. You know how I discovered what they smell like? Sorry, I don't want to take time away. It's a kind of a funny random side story though. I was at a Fairy World, and a soap vendor that was near to us had kumquat soap, and she had these teeny tiny little samples, and it smelled so good. And until that point, I didn't even know what a kumquat looked like. And eventually I went out to find one and see what they look like and actually taste the fruit itself. But I stuck it in a cool box, and then it made that whole box smell good on the inside every time. I still have it. It was really cute. And it still smells. And I don't open the box very often because I want the smell to last. So I know now, Distillery Elf, that you are going to show us tonight how to, are we to that part yet? The drink making part?
Yes, I'm going to show you how to make a smoking old fashioned.
A smoking old fashioned.
Smoking old fashioned. First of all, before you do that, this is our John Barleycorn Award. This was the first award that the Goose won. She's won 4 gold medals. Send come the ruse, please. You can go to, we do sell online, and we ship to 5 different states off of our website. And we also sell in the Virginia ABC store. And if you have any problems or issues or questions, give us a call. The other thing that we have started doing, Berry Princess Lolly, is you can call and make a reservation for a private tasting.
Nice, nice.
Yes.
I know.
You can have a group up to 8 people, and we'll walk you through. There's a reservation fee, and then a minimum of $15 per person, but that includes a tasting and a cocktail.
And not to mention, you guys, well, at least when we were there, were kind enough to show us the little tour where we got to see the whole other side where all the stuff is made, and it was shiny and beautiful and amazing, and you knew everything about your business inside and out. It was an awesome experience.
Well, I think next week Friday.
We're having feedback again. I don't know what just changed.
I think people need to mute again.
Okay, let's see here. Not you. Maybe it's me. I don't know. I'll put my.
I'll try to. Friday, we're getting some additional equipment in, so I'll be a little more mobile and can go stand back in front of the still and show you guys the still. If you'd like that next week. So, an old fashioned, I'm going to use our Galloping Goose whiskey, and then our smoked tea vanilla syrup from Raft. They're down in Portland, Oregon, and they are small batch, and we carry some of their products here. So I'm going to eyeball about a tablespoon-ish, depends on how much smoke you like in your old fashioned. And then I'm going to put in 1.5 ounces of whiskey. These are 1/4 ounce pours, so don't get too excited.
Yeah. Oh.
I know.
I left while I was muted.
That's only 1.5 ounces. That's just 1.5 ounces of whiskey. And then I'm going to add some orange bitters. And that is a smoked old fashioned. And we say it's a perfect landing every time. I'm going to come
A perfect landing every time.
around the bar so you can see our rocks glasses have our float plane on them.
Oh, cool. You have a floating
Nice.
plane?
Yeah, the float plane's our logo. It's our favorite way to arrive in Victoria, BC, is by float plane. So we used a float plane on our logo.
I have never been on a plane like that, and it sounds really fun.
It is so much fun. I love it. It's great. So when you come, there's several different types of old fashions you can pick from. And we not only use our Galloping Goose whiskey, we can also do them with the Cadborough, and we can do a gin fashions with the gin treak. And
I feel like there's so many things that I need to, I'm like, come on, I need to get a little more well so I can come down there.
our brand new syrup that we're going to start playing with tomorrow, cranberry 5 spice.
Cranberry, sorry, can you show it one more time?
Cranberry 5 spice.
And so out of curiosity, now cranberry 5 spice, how would you use, or how do you think you're going to try testing out some drinks with this syrup? Do you have any ideas yet?
Yes. Going to do an old fashioned with it, which is the same recipe. I guess instead of the milk tea vanilla syrup, we'll use the cranberry 5 spice. And then
But then they'll give it to me.
what?
He wants it.
And another one where you start out with that same base recipe, but you add ginger ale.
I like ginger ale.
So you get a little flavor mix because you add a little bit more ginger to the cocktail that way.
That sounds so delicious. Things to look forward to. And these also, so those you can definitely ship your bitters all over the place.
Yes, the syrups and bitters can ship, and t-shirts, hats, those can ship anywhere. But our spirit has to go to the states in which we are licensed to ship direct to consumer.
And that is all its own.
On all your federal laws when you run a distillery.
Well, it's all about that prohibition, and they just messed everything up then, right?
Yeah.
They want to keep those speakeasies from happening, right?
Right. The other thing that we have coming out in the next week or so, we took our Galloping Goose whiskey and we put her in that barrel that held bourbon for 4 years and cognac for 7. And she's been there for a year, and we're in the process of proofing her down and getting her ready to bottle.
I wish we could look at the barrels were so cool when we were there, and I mean, maybe it's just because I like the look of big barrels in general. So I originally had wanted to get some wine barrels, old ones, and use for tables at our festival, but then as it turns out, they're really expensive.
Yes, they are.
And I remember asking you about your barrels when we were out at your distillery, and just about that. Can you just talk about it? I thought it was quite fascinating, actually, some of the stuff that you were saying about procuring the barrels and.
Yeah, we go through a barrel broker. So our ones that held bourbon and then cognac, after holding bourbon, which bourbon can only be made in the U.S. It's not something you get outside of the U.S. It's like champagne. It has to come from the Champagne region of France.
Who determines that? I am curious. Who even makes that rule?
There's actually guilds and all kinds of governing bodies that make those decisions.
I mean, do they come and knock on your door to tell you that you're not allowed to use that word in describing your alcohol?
You will not be approved under U.S. federal law.
Oh, wow. Interesting. Okay. I'm like, how do they enforce that?
Same is true for Dijon mustard.
Yeah, for any product that we make, even if it just goes into a barrel, we have to submit to the federal government first our formula or recipe, whichever you want to call it. That is approved, and then there's a separate approval for labels. And the approval process for hard spirits is a lot longer than the approval processes for wines and beer.
Huh. It's so complicated. It's crazy to think that with every single thing that you do, then you have to, every time you do a run or whatever, you have to, that's insane. But it's also awesome that means that, you really like every bit of the way, ground up. It's all you guys. And so now you were saying before I interrupted you and cut you off that bourbon can only be made in the U.S. It cannot be made.
So after those barrels held their bourbon, they actually went on a field trip to France where they held the Martel Cognac for 7 years. And then they came up on a barrel broker, and that's where we purchased them. And our sherry butts, yes, that's actually a term. It means it's a 500-liter barrel. Came from Spain, again, through, I don't know, I would have to ask my husband if he found them directly from the sherry maker or if, again, we went through a barrel vendor. But they've only ever held Spanish Amontillado sherry for 40 years, and the life expectancy of a barrel is about 100 years.
Is it possible to ruin a barrel by putting like the wrong alcohol in it when you get it? Everybody is nodding yes at me. Man, you guys should be a lot about alcohol.
You could probably get some kind of funky tastes coming out of it. But yeah, if you're interested in barrels, give us a call later. We actually sent 2 of our barrels out to a local brewery where they held beer for a couple of months. And we sent out 2 and we got back 4. So we have some barrels that might need a new home.
Barrels that might need
That's some weird math there.
When 2 barrels love each other very much.
Yes.
They have a rolling good time.
Troopers get involved. It's all thing.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So I know also it's about 8:26 right now, and our last thing of the evening is our giveaway item. And so I'm going to embiggen you. This is.
It's easier to come around. I just have to walk around the bar. It's our
James Bay shot glass.
Yes.
All right, you guys, this is the giveaway item for next week. And we need a magic word for it. So I was thinking about what the magic word should be for next week.
Barrel.
This is always
barrel. Okay, I'll go with barrel.
Over a barrel.
Well, what's that? I was thinking, what's that goose one called again? That goose whiskey that's next to you?
The Galloping Goose?
Yeah, I was thinking Galloping Goose would be funny. Or Gin Creek would be cool. You guys really think barrel? It should be barrel?
How about Distillery Elf?
Distillery Elf.
Distillery Elf is long. Gunther is making his bid again for I kind of like you guys all said barrel first, so I think that we'll
I like barrel.
Cobble says that the magic word should be shots, and we have plain as a suggestion.
Liquid gold.
The house Lou is shouting from the background that he thinks it should be liquid gold. Okay, here we go. We'll go with shots, plain, or barrel. So if you want the magic word to be shots, press number 1 or hold up your finger number 1 if you're here with us on screen. If you want it to be plain, press number 2 or hold your finger up for number 2. And if you guys want it to be barrel, press or hold your finger up number 3 for barrel. Okay, I've got 2 votes for 1, which is shot, and 3 votes for 3, and 4 votes for 3. So 4 votes for barrel. I'm waiting to see if any of you out there watching at home are going to put an opinion in here.
Where's our timer? There we go.
Ion is in charge of the hourglass.
Ion is in charge of time. Ion the time warp.
Only
He doesn't have a TARDIS. That's not okay.
Excuse me, I don't want to cough right in your guys' face.
You've already done that to me quite a few times today. Thank you very much.
Okay, well, I think that probably we can go ahead and go. We got one extra vote for number 1, which was shots, but that still makes it something like 4-3, I think. So,
Yes.
I'm glad I remembered that.
Hold on. There is 4 votes for 1.
4 votes for 1. No,
Yeah.
3 votes for 1.
Dude, Cobble and Christina and Martin, and then me, and then Ion.
Okay, well,
Wait
since
a minute. Christina and Martin is 1 person. That's
But
just
it's still got Cobble, me, and Ion.
Oh, that's 4. Uh-oh.
Mhm.
4, and then Stormy, Count Morbid, Famous Dana. Oh, man, it's a tie.
okay, so I'm the tiebreaker because I'm the one that has shot glasses.
You want it to be shot or barrel?
Barrel.
Okay, you can be the tiebreaker, Angry Elf. I mean, not Angry Elf, Distillery Elf. All these elves are getting confused with my brain. Angry Elf is Famous Dana's daughter. So,
the one who's
okay,
allergic to
that
camphor.
will settle it. Our Distillery Elf likes the word
That should be
barrel.
a word.
So
Kumquat.
barrel is the magic word for this week.
Oh, it should be kumquat, huh?
I
I don't know how to spell that.
Spell kumquat.
know, right? I can't either.
It's
Just,
kumquat with a K.
Oh no, Lolly's dying.
No, not today. She may
No,
be
not
coughing, but not dying.
I'm sorry. I know I laughed too hard, and then I kind of started having a coughing fit. So that was a thing. Barrel it is.
Yes, you need honey.
What?
Honey will take care of your cough.
Oh no! I just that cough drops are really actually what do it best. Mostly because it just feels like I constantly have drainage, and so that eventually annoys my throat. And if I start doing something too much, it's a thing. So.
Okay.
I
get horrible allergies and asthma, and honey is what keeps all that from tickling the back of your throat.
Well, I know we absolutely have honey here, so I will give a giant spoonful of honey.
Yeah, I used to teach swimming lessons, and I wasn't feeling great one night, so I made myself a nice tumbler of a hot tea with honey in it. I had it on the side of the pool, and I had an overbearing parent who knocked it over, and I swear he would have died 3 times over with the book I gave him. I was like, back yourself up and sit down.
Also, hot tea with honey sounds so good right now, actually.
Yeah.
That sounds wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I kind of do, to be honest. If that magic
What's great for coughs is whiskey.
Yeah, actually, hot tea with honey and whiskey sounds even better.
Mm-hmm.
Go figure.
Oh my god. That's what yes, okay, that's it. So anyway, is there anything that you would like to say to everybody before we let you go for the evening? Distillery Elf.
We are open Tuesdays to Saturdays, 12 to 5. So stop on by. We are doing tastings in our barrel room. We have a roll-up door, so we get great ventilation in here when we have folks visiting. I will say, since the temperature's dropping, wear your coat.
Right.
Yeah, but it's covered. You're dry. You just make it eventually. But you can still come and do a tasting and hear our story and have a cocktail afterwards. And if you want to do a private tasting with your friends, up to 8 people, that's all we can accommodate, then give us a call and we can get that scheduled.
Okay, and where is the best place if somebody wants to buy either some of the cool bitters from you guys, or, yeah, that's great, the bitters from you guys, or even some of your alcohol? Where's the best place for people to go and procure?
So that is on our sales site, including all the wrapped products, and that is jamesbay.distillersspirits.com, I believe.
It's
There.
it's in the ticker and in the logo.
There. And if you can't, contact us on Facebook, Instagram, whatever. We'll get it off to you.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, that sounds awesome. And you guys, this is a cool gift for, I mean, some of these things can make some great stocking stuffers too, as well, for those FAE who are at least 210 years old or more.
Yes. We also have some other mule mixers. So a mule is gin with ginger ale and lime is your traditional mule. We have some mule mixers to make that process a lot easier. If you're trying to make yourself a little cocktail and you're tired, you've had a rough day.
Well, I can definitely attest, because it was literally until I tasted your guys' gin when we came for our tasting that I never, ever have liked gin. And then I liked it so much, we actually bought a bottle. So I definitely can, what is that called? When
we make gins for people who don't like gin.
Endorse, that's the word I'm looking for. I can endorse it. So
yes. We actually sent our gins over to the UK and kind of set them on their ear, because we told them they were sipping gins and they were like, what do you mean? Gin needs mixer. And we were like, no, try it right out of the bottle. And they were absolutely floored.
A testimony to its deliciousness.
Yes.
All right. So we're going to let you go tonight, and thank you so much for being here. Our magic word tonight, you guys, is barrel.
Yes.
Not just for dwarfs anymore.
No, I'm going to just and just so you guys know what that means, after the show, on YouTube only, not on Facebook, not on Twitch, only on YouTube. If you go after the show, put the word barrel in the comments below, and you will be entered to win a shot glass from James Bay Distillers. And hopefully you will also consider buying some of their alcohol with which to use your shot glass as well. So next week's show, we'll do the drawing for this week's shot glass. And with that, I thank you so much for joining us this evening. Man, I'm about to have to read a bunch, and I have a huge frog in my throat now. So thank you, House Lou, for making me tea. I know back there somewhere making me tea. So, yes, but thank you for coming and being on the show. Everybody, please hop over to their Instagram, to their Facebook, give them some likes, follows, subscribes at minimum, and we will talk to you guys soon. Thank you so much.
Great, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, please just give me a second, because I have this frog.
Everyone should totally check them out and buy their stuff.
Where do they ship? I need to know.
To Alaska, to Washington State, and to Washington, D.C., according to their website. I went and looked it up.
There's more. There's more than that now. I know that there's like 8 states. I can't remember if Nevada's one of them or not. I know Illinois is. I think.
I need to
Well,
know.
they said they were in Virginia, or at least in part of Virginia, they were actually in stores as well. So,
Maybe
or
it's just the online sales part. I don't know.
well, either way, we know if you have a question, you can just reach out to them and they will answer it for you and let you know whether or not that will work. If it's in some other way not clear. So,
Famous Dana.
thank you.
Welcome.
Survival. Ew. I'm not, I don't know. I kind of want to taste one just to see what they taste like, but yeah, I don't know.
They will give you all the nutrition you need without tasting bad, but they give you boring over and over again.
Yeah.
According to you told them to us. So
You're breaking up, Dana. At least on my end, you're breaking up.
Dana, stop breaking up with us. Handle it.
I mean, wow.
You stilled my heart.
Crackle.
I'm sorry. Maybe my ear thingies are
Oh, thank you. That's good.
getting low on battery.
I gotta go to the tooth fairy tomorrow, and I'm glad because the lower one is dancing.
Lemon ginger tea with honey. So I did. House Lou made it happen, you guys. You all wish you had a House Lou. I'm telling you, he's the best.
I got one. He's in the next room with you.
I know, I got
One second.
I gotta go ask for it, and I'm too late.
I could do this
when
on
we
mute,
were
but
around,
it's
you
funnier
wouldn't have
this
to
way.
ask for it.
Wait, what? Everybody is going at once. What are you saying, Count Morbid?
I was gonna say I could mute myself, but it's funnier this way. I need to tell Poppy's child to go to bed and stop being a jerk. So I'm using my other magic mirror.
Poppy's child, go to bed.
Yes.
And stop being a dick.
Poppy's small child E. Go to bed. Stop. Make your parents easier and go to bed. Sleep. Okay. Oh. I didn't realize you embiggened me.
Surprise! I always figured that Count Morbid telling small children to go to bed and sleep would sound, who was it, like Morgan Freeman? Who was it that read
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
We're talking about Samuel L. Jackson.
Samuel L.
Go
Jackson.
to
Go
sleep.
the F to sleep.
Yeah.
Yes.
I beg you, please go the F to sleep.
Oh man.
Go to sleep, Lolly. Go to sleep. Go to
No.
sleep.
I'm
No.
like it over her just like a bird.
I do not appreciate your humor, Count Morbid.
I know.
I do.
I kind of think he's funny too.
You guys are all against me. Why? Why do I call you my friends? I don't even know.
I didn't even know. It's weird.
By the way, I hate to blame anyone, but it seems like every time we add Sir Justinian is when we get the weird stutter, although it goes away after a while.
Well, Dana was sounding just fine earlier, so I don't know what happened there. And Justinian, I don't think appreciates that, Count Morbid. I'm just saying, you know.
You pretty much hear Justinian's
tot-
foot bouncing on the floor.
Yes, I can totally hear the tapping. I was just gonna say that too.
Oh man. Well, so this is the time in our show where I do the readings of the articles. And it's been a minute, so I don't even know what has been happening in the outside world.
I don't think there has been any news in the last 2 weeks.
That we can talk about.
No.
Nothing has happened.
Ew. I am okay. I'm looking through the articles here, and while I'm looking through the articles, Gunther, will you please give us a piece of gossip? And not gossip that's in the new. Do not give us gossip. Do not give us gossip from the fairy press, because that is gossip for those who receive the fairy press. You must give us different gossip.
I didn't Trying to get gossip because I've been laid up, man.
Transformed.
Yeah.
I feel like having your teeth removed is a good reason to like not be up on gossip. All
Yeah,
this
I'm not
gossip
really-
can be induced by laughing gas.
Like I sent you the gossip I had. I was like, I gotta go find more now. And yeah.
One of the pink elephants really hates the other pink elephant.
Oh, thank
That's
you.
real? I mean,
Is it true
yeah.
that Orbit is haunted by the ghost of John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt?
I heard that his name is also my name.
no, it isn't, Lou.
I've heard this too.
Everybody shout when I'm near.
You will be visited by 3 ghosts.
I am the ghost of Beanie Weenies. Never mind.
What is going on?
Is your name Oscar?
Did you know pink flamingos, when they walk, they don't bend their knees; they actually bend their ankles.
What?
Yeah.
No.
It's true though.
What is happening?
I think your dog. I think Justinian might be dying from something going up the sinus cavity there.
Oh, I literally had to I had to look away from my list of articles. So I have one, and I'm trying to now decide because I kind of want to do an okay, I'm not going to read about a mother bear getting shot. Why is that even on my list?
Look at the continuation of it, though.
Yeah, I did, but that's still horrible.
Somehow a bear got on a Russian submarine. That's all I gotta say.
It's like a bear getting into some guy's truck and then he closed the door and got himself stuck.
I saw the funny video of the goose flying into the person's car. Did you guys see that one? Let's see. I'm not doing that one either. Let's see. Okay, here we... What? What in the what? Okay, here we go. These are the 2. Okay, we're going to have an animal war here with our articles, you guys. So, escaped cloned female mutant crayfish take over a Belgian cemetery. That is number 1. That is quite the headline. Escaped cloned female mutant crayfish.
What?
That was one left over from the whole
The comic book title?
Oh man, I don't even know which one of these is more funny. Okay, we're gonna do that one versus. Oh man, no. Ew.
Oh, well, now I want to know.
Okay, I was gonna have an animal war, and then I saw a different one. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Okay, I'm taking the crayfish away. Unless, can I find a... No, cow on trampoline sounds dumb. Let's see.
Cow on trampoline's amazing.
no, it doesn't.
Let's
Let's
read
see.
it.
Cat on the side of a no, sounds dumb. Cruise director with Loch Ness sounds dumb. I don't know. Let's see.
Cow on trampoline is how you get milkshake.
Whoa, that.
So I got a question for you. Did you actually read the articles?
No, I'm just.
You are that person who just looks at a cover is like, no.
Yes. Okay, but first of all, I don't do that with books. And second of all, I am absolutely judging these articles with prejudice based on their titles.
You need to read them beforehand. Then from now on, please.
Okay, you guys. Okay,
remember, one of the symptoms.
Fishing friends come to rescue of monkey because we have to have an animal war. So the escaped cloned female mutant crayfish take over a Belgian cemetery versus fishing friends come to rescue of a monkey who is struggling to swim. Those are the 2 that we're going between right now. So if you want to hear about the escaped female mutant crayfish who are taking over the Belgian cemetery, press number 1. If you want to hear about the fishing friends coming to rescue a monkey, press number 2. Ayaan, please start the timer.
Apparently, there is a rumor going on. There's a raccoon hanging outside of Count Morbid's window, and it wants to steal his shirt.
Wait, what?
I just got a message about it, man.
So there's I see, let's see, Persephone out there. So there are Yule plans. I talked about them earlier on in the show, but I'll revisit it really quick. I have started the process of talking to the Homewood Suites in Vancouver, Washington, where we're going to have some kind of a live event. But for online, at least one of the things that we are going to do in December is have you can go vote for it, but right now the vote is like 9-1 in favor for having an elf on the shelf contest next month.
When do we vote for this?
I think that is one of the things that we'll be doing. There will be more to come. I mean, we're still kind of not even halfway through November. So, but yes, okay. So we have a whole bunch of votes for number 1.
Did you see my elf on the shelf from earlier, by the way?
Your dead elf on the shelf?
Yes.
Okay, yes. Okay, we have tons of votes for number 1 and 0 votes for number 2. So number 1 it is. Oh my gosh. Frog in throat. The worst. And I have to.
By the way, will these crayfish be adolescent mutants?
How should I know? We're going to read the article and find out.
Do they like pizza? Do they live in a sewer? Are they being trained by a rat?
A rat? Yeah.
No, silence. Oh my gosh. I don't even know how I'm going to read tonight, you guys. Oh man, this is going to be a thing. Okay. Let me find that. Cloned.
Do they know Kung Fu?
Do they know Kung Fu? No, I think that Kung Fu is exclusively the domain of panda bears.
I don't know about that.
I thought that was funny, but whatever. Okay.
I would like to point out that one of the symptoms of the disease is losing taste, and I think she's definitely lost her taste.
I felt like that was a good thing to set up, Calvin.
I thought it could have been proved upon by saying whether or not she had any.
Escaped self-cloning. They're not just clones, they're self-cloning. Mutant crayfish created in an experimental breeding program have invaded a Belgian cemetery. Hundreds of these duplicating crustaceans, which can dig down up to a meter and are always female, pose a deadly threat to local biodiversity after colonizing a historic Antwerp graveyard. I just want to get this right. They're a deadly threat to the graveyard, to things in the graveyard. I've got it. Okay.
If they
Everyone's trying to get into the graveyard.
Oh, you're fired. That's a terrible old joke.
Down on the job.
Stop.
Life finds a way.
It is impossible to round up all of them. It's like trying to empty the ocean with a thimble, says Kevin Shears of the Flemish Institute for Nature and Woodland Research. Marbled crayfish, I don't even understand what they're doing in a graveyard, travel across land and water at night and eat whatever they can. Do not occur in nature and are banned by the European Union. Yes, you just tell those crayfish to get out or you're going to give them a fine. Like, what?
What is that? That is ridiculous.
Listen here, crayfish, you're not allowed in this country. Now get out.
I'm going to go out on a limb and guess somebody illegally brought them. I'm guessing there was some human agency there.
Okay, here we go. Instead, the freshwater beasts, which are about 10 centimeters big and voracious, and this, I'm sitting on my hair. Okay, and voracious, are thought to have been bred by unscrupulous German pet traders in the 1990s. That was decades ago. Okay, they are similar to...
German?
They're on the X-Files.
They're German, and they've made it all the way across England and into Antwerp. Okay.
Wow, that's impressive.
They're
They did
eating
not
their way.
make their way across England. Belgium and Germany share a border.
But it says that
Allegedly.
they're.
It's still part of the Blitz crustaceans.
They share. England is an island, it turns out. While Belgium and Germany share a border. You infidels.
England is not an island because it's connected to Wales and Scotland. What you mean to say is the United Kingdom is an island. Am I right?
It's a couple islands, but fair enough.
No.
What do you mean, no?
England wishes it was an island.
England and Scotland are attached to each other.
But Northern Ireland is not attached to them, and it's part of the UK.
Great Britain. I don't know. Oh, okay, fine.
Walk away.
Whatever. Okay, so here we go. Instead, the freshwater beasts, which are about 10 centimeters big and voracious, are thought to have been bred by unscrupulous German pet traders in the 1990s. They are similar to the, I don't know how to say that word, slough crayfish found in Florida, but are parthenogenetic. What does parthenogenetic mean? Do you know what that word means, Ion? Parthenogenetic.
It does. It means they don't need two parents to be born.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Which means they reproduce with themselves and all their children are genetically identical females.
Oh,
So
do you
are
know
there
this
any
means?
males at all?
Right.
Okay, quit yelling at me. The mutation, which occurred about 25 years ago, means populations can spring up rapidly from just a single Procambarus virginalis. Single Procambarus virginalis. I mean, why do they put these words here? Am I the only one that doesn't know what they mean, or does everybody else know what that means?
You're the only one.
I mean, if you read further, I might tell you.
In 20... In 2018, scientists established the global marbled crayfish population was descended from a single female and didn't need males to reproduce. The EU banned possession and release of the uncanny crayfish in 2014, but it is impossible to trace the owners because all the crayfish are genetically exactly the same. The crayfish have taken root in the pools and streams of the Schoenselhof Cemetery in Antwerp, which is known as the Flemish city's Père Lachaise. What does that mean? I mean, Père Lachaise means like Father Lachaise, I guess, but what does that mean? I don't even know. I think I'm done reading about crayfish, though, you guys, or whatever these things are. Marbled.
They're
Picture.
mutants. Yeah.
That's awesome.
So let me
really-
get this straight. The newest plague isn't velociraptors like everybody's been promising me for the last 30 years. It's crayfish?
It's
I am
great.
exceedingly disappointed. Like,
What they need to
Let me
get
get
is
some-
some people from Louisiana to solve their problem.
That's what
no,
I'm
some
With
bread.
butter and garlic.
We need some butter, some garlic, maybe.
All
you
I could
know.
say is welcome to 2020 again, all right?
I mean, apparently eating them though is not. That is an idea that is on everybody's mind. I don't know. I mean, dang it, I closed the article. I was gonna otherwise go look through that article, but I closed it too fast.
I'm just super hungry.
I know.
I know, me too. That made me hungry, kind of. So, okay. So here we go. Article choices number 2. Let's see. That's funny. Is it not one crayfish with different outfits? Look, you know what? I don't know how I feel about you assuming that just because it's a female crayfish that it has a big closet. I just that it's a clothes horse or a
It's a
clothes crayfish.
It could be a crayfish.
A crayfish.
Crazy.
Oh man. Okay. Let's
Well,
see.
if it's living in a graveyard, it probably is a cray-cray fish.
Crayfish.
Right? Okay, here we go. So article, I already know what I'm doing for article choices. Number 2. Okay, so number 2 is a battle between, wow, I can't even believe this. Weird people doing some stuff. So we have number 1, 3 men banned from Yellowstone Park after trying to cook chicken in the geyser.
I heard about that one.
I have not, but versus the Czech police catch a man in South Bohemia walking a stuffed dog in attempt to skip curfew.
What?
So if you want to hear about dudes trying to cook a chicken in a geyser at Yellowstone, press number 1. And if you want to hear about the Czechoslovakian police catching a man walking a stuffed dog, it's like having a mannequin in your car to go into the HOV lane.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ion, for starting the timer. Let's let's see those votes over there in the comments. If you want to hear about cooking a chicken in a geyser, press number 1. That almost sounds like something they would do on, what is that show where they debunk crazy stuff? Do you know
Mythbusters?
Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about. Versus a dude trying to, I don't even understand how you can walk a fake dog, right?
That's what I'm curious about.
I mean, like, is it on wheels? Did he attach his fake dog to a remote control car and then it's like, and he's trying to steer? I don't know. Or wait, what's oh no, I'm trying to think of the old cartoon. No, what you want number 2?
I'm voting with Justin.
If you watch The Amazing Screw-On Head, when the dog gets shot, they taxidermy the dog, but then they taxidermy it and attach it to like one of those little kid toys where it's on a plank that has 4 wheels and you can pull it with a string. Maybe that's what...
I just get Canine from Doctor Who and just roll it around.
Okay, you guys. So, our timer out, Ion?
The timer is out, but I was also thinking maybe one of those leashes that are stiff, so you can have the invisible dog.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God.
You just stick it in that.
No, okay, so we have a tie. We have 2 votes for number 1 and 2 votes for number 2. And so now you guys. Okay, so Stormy wants number 2, Gunther wants number 2. Which one do you want, Ion? Number 1 or number 2? Number 1, and Count Morbid, you already voted. So let's see. You cannot. Okay, we have a. So we still have a tie. Famous Dana, you're the tiebreaker. What do you want?
No, we don't. Number 2 won.
Because
we have 5 votes for number 2, and then 4 votes for number 1.
What?
Yeah.
You're missing Justinian holding up 2.
Oh. Okay. So then I guess number 2 wins. Here we go.
It's not bunny ears in that case. It's
dang it, I really want to hear about it's so Darwin Awards. Really trying to cook a chicken over geyser. I'm gonna have to support. Where is my list of things?
I mean, you can make an executive decision and read both.
I could. I might. I will see here in just a second. I don't know. There were some good articles on the list tonight. So here we go. Okay. So the Czech police, what is this? Okay, catch a man in southern Bohemia walking a stuffed dog in an attempt to skirt curfew. No. The restrictions on movement in the Czech Republic after 9 p.m. have caused some people to be a little creative. One exception that allows people out of the house at night, I wonder why they have to stay in their house at night. That's weird. Is walking a dog, but not everyone has one. That didn't stop a man in some city that I can't say in South Bohemia. I mean, look at that. I can't even say that word. What the heck? He was caught by local police walking a toy stuffed dog in the city center, period, because I can't even say that either. So a Czech news crew was following the police to document them, dealing with the curfew violations, and captured the incident. Images has since gone viral. No, they have since gone viral. Oh, that's it. That's the dude. Can I click on that? Nope. Oh, I'm sorry. Excuse me, guys. No, terrible. Okay. I don't want to cough right in your face. So.
Thank you.
Well, yeah. When I'm off screen, it's hard for me to hit the mute button though. So yeah. Okay. So.
And this is where we all start singing a song, just to make sure there's no dead air.
I guess that's his dog down there. Let's see. So
Let the
I'm
air
walking a
die.
dog here. I'm not doing anything illegal here, the man said when caught by the police, who demanded his identification card. He then tried to claim it was an artistic, practical joke. The police officers, though, didn't see the humor in the violation of the emergency rule. They reminded the man of the valid regulations concerning the nationwide curfew, but in the end, they let him off with a warning. This really unusual case was finally resolved by the police by agreement. The young man listened to the patrol warning and then went home. He regretted his actions. He sincerely regretted. Like what? Oh my gosh! It's on a sled or it's like a backpack.
Like you said, with a roller, like.
Why does this dude even have a plushie of that big of a dog? That's interesting. Okay, so the man was later contacted by, I'm going to assume that's some sort of daily mail newspaper blog thing, and he contradicted the police statement. I was nervous, but I never said that I would regret. I regret nothing. I never said that I would regret anything, and I do not regret anything yet. Like, defiance! I do not regret walking my plushy dog.
Oh, I mean, he really did nothing wrong.
I mean, he didn't. Well, except for being out past 9 p.m., which is ridiculous, but whatever. I mean, like, no dogs were harmed in the making of this article. Response on social media has not been entirely forgiving. Some people saw the humor, but others felt the joke was irresponsible. Yeah, people did this in Italy too during the first lockdown. Police didn't take it so well. Well, imagine that. I mean, okay, I'm not saying politics. Police didn't take it so well, though, and many were fined harshly.
That's on a Saturday, right?
Similar incidents were also reported by readers in Serbia. Dang.
I'm just going to put out there, a stuffed dog is still a dog.
True.
In March, one person in Romania tried to get around the stay-at-home rule by walking a fish in a plastic bag.
Wait, what?
In March,
walking a fish in a plastic
bag, claiming that it fit under the rules for walking pets. Another woman, like, I'm taking my fish in a plastic bag, likes to go and look around the neighborhood, right? The fish can't swim around its tank and remember what was there in one circle, but you're going to take it for a walk. Another woman took a cat in a handbag so she could go shopping across town, again, under the guise of pet exercise. Now, hold on. Brother and sister go on leashes. I do take the cats for a walk. That is legit. Both people were fined, according to the press. You know, I don't think I like this prejudice against non-dog pets.
I don't think they care.
Well, granted, the cat was in a basket, according to the description, and not actually walking on the leash, which, you know, our cats do. So
I like walking ferrets on leashes. That's fun.
Well, if your dog could poop in the toilet, you would have to take them on a walk.
That's right.
You can't. You just gotta teach them.
Right?
the same can be
What
said
if
of a cat.
Is
What
that,
if I took the children for a walk, and
Put the
just
children
let
on a
them
leash.
have the more animalistic features out? Then that would be walking
Do
companion
not
animals,
take a
right?
stuffed child on the walk, though. They see right through
If you have a taxidermied child, I think we have different issues at hand here. I'm just saying.
is it the fish don't go for walks because they cat poop in the toilet?
Wait,
I mean,
what?
you gotta put them in the toilet, but they can poop in there.
I have missed this joke. Fish go for walks because
She was
cats.
the famous Dana was saying that if a dog was able to poop in the toilet, it wouldn't have to go for a walk. And I was saying that a fish can poop in the toilet, and that must be why it doesn't go for walks.
I think if a fish was in the toilet, it would just swim down the drain.
Yeah, it'd be gone.
Bye bye, Fiji.
Why would it go down the drain? Why not just stay in the toilet?
Because it can, I guess. I don't know. Because it doesn't
is-
remember that it lives in the bowl part of the toilet because it's a fish. It easily
But
gets lost.
But it's in a tank, so doesn't that validate? I mean, if it just doesn't go down the part when it pops up inside, it'd be good, right? Just like peek in when you flush it.
Oh, on the back.
Yeah, in the back, because tank in the. Never mind.
I don't even know, you guys. Oh my gosh. Okay. Excuse me, I have frog again in my throat. Let's see. Ooh. Ew. Gross. Let's see. I'm looking for, let's see, this was the monkeys. No, let's see. Now, what in the heck? Okay. I don't even.
Oration?
Oh gosh, I have this stupid frog in my throat. It's driving me nuts. Okay, one second.
Is it time to have frog food for dinner?
Oh, it's so annoying. Mm.
Would the frog count as a pet?
Can you walk it?
Does anybody want to get close enough to find out? I mean,
I'll walk your frog for
Make it a
you.
ghost rider.
Okay, what? Okay, here we go. Canadian conspiracy theorist charged with quarantine offenses after returning from a flat Earth conference in the United States. Versus,
I just wanted you to read that news article.
Wow.
You don't even have to read it.
I feel like that basically sums up the entire article right there. Let's see. Versus Washington State. No, wait, that's not the one I wanted. What? No, I don't want that one. I want, where's the other one? Oh, you can now legally compost dead bodies in Washington State. I mean, wow.
Oh, good.
You don't
I'm
have
no
to read
longer
those
breaking the
articles.
law.
That just covered it all.
Okay, and then I'm going to do, I know which ones I'm going to do for the last one. Okay, so yes, so Canadian conspiracy theorists charged with quarantine offenses after returning from a flat Earth conference in the U.S., of course. And I mean, it's funny because it's like both. Everybody has some responsibility in that one, right? Listen, Canada, you have this conspiracy theorist, but we have conspiracy theorist conventions. So that's number one. Is the
There are flat Earth conventions all over the globe.
We have all the
Ion.
Ion, do you need to get some troll horns, man?
Okay. Or versus number two, you can now legally compost dead bodies in Washington State. I mean, I don't even know.
We can improve our gardening now.
I'm just
Excuse
saying
me.
between that and what you can do in Oregon now, it's all crazy.
Okay, Ion, did you start the timer? Okay, thank you. You did. Yes. So if you want to hear about the conspiracy theorists from Canada coming down here for the Flat Earth Convention and then getting hammered for COVID or quarantine violations, press number 1. And if you want to hear about how you can compost dead bodies legally, I mean, that's important to know, just in case you have to kill your enemies, right? You're like, well, as it turns out, I can kill you and put you in my garden and let you compost, and it'll all be good, right? No, I have a weird story about that, you guys. Do you want to hear my weird story about everybody's looking at me? Okay, Justinian does. All the rest of you apparently do not. I see how it is. Okay, I'm telling you my weird story. Once upon a time, where was I? Georgetown. I was at a Georgetown street fair. I'm putting fairy hair in people's hair, and I have a lady come to get some fairy hair. And so she's sitting there, and I'm putting sparkles in her hair. And when I'm done, she tells me that she wants to give me a gift in payment and asks me if I like vinegar. And I say, I do. I love vinegar. And she's like, well, I have some homemade vinegar because, it's a street fair. So I'm perfectly happy to accept this. And so I say, yes, I love vinegar. And she's like, well, I have this homemade vinegar here. And hey, House Lou, will you look for it? Actually, I think it's up there on either the short bookshelf with the and it's on the top one with the little books, or the next one down. And it's like a bottle. It was in a little reused, upcycled Listerine bottle, actually. And she says she has this rose-infused vinegar. Yes, and so it should have some rose petals in it, actually. And I'm pretty sure it's up on one of those two shelves there.
Super yummy.
Yes. And so anyway, I'm like, oh, yum, I love rose flavored things, because I do. And I like the flowers and whatnot. So she's like, yeah. So she pulls this out of her purse, and she's got this little bottle. It's got vinegar, and roses are down in there. So it's obviously infused. And she's like, yes, here it is. Okay, I'll show you guys. I'm going to embiggen myself really fast. This is it. It's a Fire Rose Farm, plants for body, mind, and spirit, rose vinegar. Here it is. I have never opened and eaten it, because as she is telling me about this, here's you can see in the back, she says that this is a very, very meaningful vinegar to her, because the petals that are in here came from a rose plant that she says, my dog died last year, and so we buried it in the backyard, and we planted a rose bush on top of it. And then when the rose bush bloomed, we collected the petals from the rose bush, and that is what is in this vinegar. And I thought, why, thank you so much, but I am never going to open and eat that. Not ever. So it just lives on my shelf of weird oddities and curiosities, because I just really can't bring myself to eat rose-infused dead dog vinegar. I mean,
hard pass.
Oh, excuse me.
And they say that cat isn't the only delicacy.
I don't know. I mean, I appreciate the sentiment in it a lot, because obviously when your fur babies pass on, that's a very, and I am not mocking that at all, but making food out of that's nope. So I have to pass on that one. So, okay. Do we have any votes? I have a whole bunch of votes for number 2. Okay. So number 2, where are you? Number 2 is the legally compost in Washington, right? And number 1 was the Canadian conspiracy theorist. Okay. Ooh, whoa, weird. Starts off with a grave picture, if you will. Let's see, share the screen. Dun, 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 dun. Persephone, hard no. But you have to go hard no. Okay, so I think do I have it shared now? I do. Okay. You can now legally compost dead bodies in Washington state. Here we go. In May 2019, legislators in Washington state passed a bill that would allow for a greener funerary alternative, corpse composting. The bill went into effect later in May 2020. And as of November 1st, the first legal corpse composting company called Recompose. Awesome. It's a dapper customer. This is a good one. Okay, here we go. The New York Times is sharing the details of the law at the time of its passing. Washington's new law, which takes effect in May 2020, will allow bodies to be placed in a receptacle along with organic material like wood chips and straw to help speed up the natural transition of human remains into soil. Farmers use a similar process to compost bodies of livestock. Recompose founder Katrina Spade sounds like an awesome person to meet, because how do you get that idea, right? How are you like, aha, I can't wait for this law to pass. I am going to completely just start my human composting business. So, Soylent Green. Recompose founder Katrina Spade. Oh my God, I didn't even think about that name either, right? Like, okay. Who helped spearhead the legal change, recently spoke with MIT Technology Review about the philosophy behind her business, which began with a trial of 6 bodies performed in conjunction with Washington State University. In 2017, Spade started Recompose, a Seattle-based human composting company, to carry out the service for any client willing to be able to spend $5,500, which is still much cheaper than funerals. For Spade, the business is about fighting climate change. In America, cemeteries take up an estimated 1 million acres of land. You know, excuse me, caskets destroy 4 million acres of forests every year. It is, but I have a comment on this 1 million acres of land. Now, the caskets destroying the 4 million acres of forestry, that kind of is a good point. But though that land that goes to cemeteries is well kept land, right?
It's all green.
It's beautiful. It's absolutely
cemeteries
beautiful.
are really nice places, and quite honestly, when you think about it, it seems like we're constantly cutting down trees in the forests, and always, man, maybe we need to keep the cemeteries, because at least there's some kind of natural saving, right? Because the ground is preserved. Do you see what I'm saying?
There's also an option to be a tree.
That's
what I'm gonna do. I don't want my body taking up pointless space. It seems silly.
I mean, I want to be turned into things like, you know, they can take your bone and they can grow, they can do all kinds of cool things with your bone, maybe in Australia, but not here. I'm not sure if they can do it here. They can grow rings out of your actual bone. Did you know that?
I do now.
I don't know. I kind of want to be rose petal vinegar.
Me too. Yeah.
Why not?
I'm just saying, stick me on a boat, set me on fire. That's all I want.
Okay.
That's a good one too. I like
Let's see. Recompose the carbon dioxide. According to Troy Hoddle, a sustainability analyst and advisor to Recompose, the carbon dioxide saved by composting one human comes between 0.84 and 1.4 metric tons. 1 metric ton is the equivalent to burning 1,102 pounds of coal, or driving about 2,500 miles. Wow. That's pretty cool. Oh my gosh, I feel so cold suddenly, actually. Like my fingers are cold and all of the things. Hey, House Lou?
Yes,
Will you put water on the boil for me in the kettle?
absolutely.
Thank you. The Recompose company website is packed with information too. It certainly makes sense that they'd want to provide people with so many details when it comes to such a new and difficult to talk about concept. Why is it difficult to talk about? We're talking about it just fine. We have all kinds of morbid jokes that are happening right now.
Because most people aren't like us. They don't.
That's fair.
I guess most people are boring, huh? Except for us and all of you guys out there watching at home. You are clearly awesome because you're here with us tonight. So, and
That's
not
also true.
boring. What?
That's also true.
It is. Let's see. While it's understandable that people want to avoid talking about death, Spade's interview with the Tech Review is pretty fascinating, both in terms of environmental science and human culture. There have been other green funeral alternatives, such as the $3,000 infinity burial suit from Coio, which uses flesh-eating mushrooms, but they don't handle the actual logistics of where the body goes. What? Okay, I'm clicking that link.
Yeah.
Okay, getting buried in this suit of mushrooms could help save the planet. You know, that's if you eat these mushrooms after they eat a human, then do you go down a rabbit hole and then have weird experiences where you get to somehow, I mean, I wonder if you would like have experiences where you talk to the person or channel the person. What is that woman wearing in her TED Talk? I don't even know, but it's kind of cool looking. So anyway, death.
Maybe there's some mushrooms.
Well, I'm going to read it and it's going to tell me. Death. It's bad for us.
Oh, no.
People
No
who are
way.
actually dead have to deal with that whole not being alive thing, which is less than awesome. But those people probably aren't reading this right now. And if you are, please tell me your secret. For the rest of us, losing a loved one can be tough on our emotional state. Every loss is different, and I can tell you from experience that they suck in their own special way. Being dead doesn't make things easy. Okay, yes, here we go. Between the coffin, the service, and everything else, the average funeral costs a whopping $7,000. Is that Slimer? He's so cute. It is. Let's see. On top of that, death is even killing the environment. According to Scientific American, it takes more than 30 million board feet of wood annually to produce enough. Okay, here we go. Caskets. Let's get to the mushroom part. Let's see. What else can we do with our bodies? One option is to feed our corpses to carnivorous mushrooms that will nourish the soil with our decomposing flesh. Seriously. That's what artist inventor J. Rim Lee wants to do. She calls this radical idea the infinity burial suit. If I click this, is it going to show me what the infinity burial suit looks like?
No.
It is. Look. And look, there's like little things. It says face cover can be removed for viewing. Hand and foot covering can be flipped back for viewing. And made in California from organic cotton fabric. Wait, go away. What is this? It cleanses the body and soil of toxins that would otherwise seep into the environment, delivers nutrients from the body to the surrounding plant roots efficiently, and restarts life around the body faster than normal. Huh.
That's so cool.
It is kind of cool, actually.
But it said it's cotton. I don't remember mushrooms being cotton.
Well, no, I think that
it's like a blend, and I guess they can probably eat cotton. I don't know.
No, it must explain how that actually works. Whoa, boing. It's difficult to breed the special hybrid mushroom strain in a laboratory. So Lee has been growing standard shiitake and oyster mushrooms by feeding them toenail clippings, loose hairs, skin cells, and whatever else naturally sheds from her body. Ugh.
Oh, poor shiitake mushrooms.
Over time, this trains the mushrooms to develop a taste for people. Oh my god, I seriously feel like an X-Files episode coming on or something.
So they weren't carnivorous beforehand. Oh, those poor mushrooms. This is a cruelty. I must rescue them.
This is how you create an apocalypse with mushrooms.
Mushrooms that take over bugs. That's pretty creepy.
Wow. let's see. I imagine the infinity mushroom as a symbol of a new way of thinking about death and the relationship between my body and the environment. I mean, that's kind of cool, and I agree with that. Let's see.
Circle of life.
Oh, here's her TED Talk. So she has. I want to understand how this suit helps you decompose. I don't even know.
I don't know. She looks pretty good, so maybe she's decomposing in the opposite direction. Is it dark?
I don't know. I do know, though, that I like some of the cool ideas of different things that people can do after they die, as opposed to just be buried or be cremated. Did you know that they can take your ashes and they can make a diamond out of them?
Oh yeah, I knew about that. That's super cool.
See, wouldn't that be cool? I think that'd be cool.
I
Okay.
don't know. I kind of want to be a unicorn
Mm.
or a rose.
Are you trying to go for reincarnation to be a unicorn, or what's that about?
I already got horns. It's really not going to be much of a transition.
Oh, there. Okay.
You got antlers. I got horns.
See, we need to have a battle. See who wins.
I mean, if you want, but I got a hard head, and I feel like that would not go well for you.
I don't know. I got wings. I can fly.
What is the Gen Z forest?
I drink Red Bull too.
Does anybody know what that is?
What?
Persephone said in the comments, combine this with the Gen Z forest, but I don't know what the Gen Z forest is.
Is that the suicide
Maybe it's a
forest?
zombie forest or something.
I don't know.
Is that the forest in Japan, the suicide forest?
There's
I don't-
that one. There's actually a few of them across all over the world. That like.
I suddenly want a Twinkie.
Okay, so it is actually coming up on 9:30, which means the end of the show. But I want to show you guys something before we go, which is why I asked the house Lou to heat up the water. Yes. So today we had to go and, as I was saying, and get food from the store and whatnot because of Gunther. Yeah, just bring the whole kettle over here. And while we were there, I decided to stop and get my drink of choice, which is coffee here. And Starbucks, you can just set it right here. Set it on top of that. Okay. So Starbucks has these new mugs that are green like this. So I got a regular coffee in the green because I love Starbucks. It's not the best coffee in the world, actually. I really like Dunkin' Donuts coffee, but I like everything else about Starbucks. I like its atmosphere and all the things and the stuff. And anyway, this is one of my little guilty pleasures. Anyway, so I ordered it, but then when it came out, it wasn't in this cup. And I said, didn't I get this green cup? So check this out. Okay, I probably have to embiggen myself here. So you guys
want everybody out there.
This new Starbucks cup for the holiday season, right?
Hang on.
It is a color changing cup, and it changes colors when you put hot liquid in it.
So if you're colorblind and not seeing a change right now, it's not your fault.
So when it came out, it was a red cup, and I was like, hey, where's my... And I didn't even get to see it do the color change thing because I was, I don't know, looking at stuff in the store. This is the only part at the bottom that doesn't change the colors when they fill it up at like actually all the way to the top. Is that the coolest thing?
So, just so people know, she probably used to wear hypercolor shirts as a child.
Oh, and
we're red.
I just thought that was so cool, and I wanted to share it with everybody. And plus, I also wanted to see it actually change colors. So
that is super fun.
It is double magic. I really wanted to read like one other set of articles because there was another pair of articles. Okay, I'll read the titles, and you guys tell me if you want me to read So this is the last pair of articles that I was gonna do, which is care for a satanic cup of chamomile. That's actually the title. I'm like, what? Satanic chamomile? I don't even know. Versus eerie witches' marks found among the ruins of medieval English church. Those were the two. And I didn't know. Do you think I should read one of them? If you want me to read them, it's Satanic Chamomile #1 and Witches Marks #2. If not, just put a 0 and that will be the end of things. But thank you, Persephone, for answering this. Gen Z Forest is where you can be buried with a tree and a small plaque. Oh, cool. For a marker. They actually have a forest of that? I didn't know that. That I do. I like the tree composting thing too. I think that's a cool idea.
I'm gonna be a tree.
Look at me. I'm a tree.
I'm a rose tree.
Stormy has apparently shapeshifted into a bunny.
It's not the first time. It's not the first time.
There it is.
Oh my gosh. He's dancing. Oh my gosh. That's the best. And his name is Titan, right? Is that right?
Yes. What are you doing? I don't have anything for you.
Look at that bun.
I got confused when the hand came in the shot. I was like, wow, things there too.
Okay. Uh-oh. We have 1 vote for #2 and 1 vote for #1. Okay. I will cruise through both of these articles. That's what I will do. I'm not going to take a long time to read them, you guys, because it is kind of like the end of the show. Let's see. Where is my link? Here we go. #1, care for a cup of satanic chamomile? Oh, man. I don't even know. Satanic tea. Yes, that's a thing. Yes, actually, I want to try some satanic tea. What the heck? Okay. Apparently, there's supposed to be something there, but I don't know what. As the world's second most popular beverage, after water, what? Tea has no shortage of devotees. But in the Western world, the way it is marketed often seems intended to target kindly old ladies, my ear itches, top wellness gurus, and well-heeled whatevers, gourmands in the market for a coffee substitute. Perhaps the United States has a varied community of tea aficionados, of course, but the nation's best-known tea magazine, Tea Time, is flush with recipes for lavender scones, advertisements for cozy. Okay, can we just skip past all of this and get to the part? Dominic Alvernaz wants to change something. Yes, he wants to change the atmosphere around tea. His small batch, sustainably sourced loose leaf. Oh my gosh. Small batch, sustainably sourced loose leaf tea company, Pitch Black North, was founded in keeping with satanic values, according to its website. What are satanic values? And nurtured with copious doses of Scandinavian black metal, a musical genre. Its dynamic fair trade blends have names like Satan's Slumber and Throat of Lucifer. There are limited edition blends with the Cleveland metal punk band Midnight and the British gothic black metal band Cradle of Filth. I've actually heard of Cradle of Filth. I'm trying to get people interested in tea who normally wouldn't be interested in it because they have these pre-notions that it's only for strict tea ceremonies and pricey hotels and things like that, said Alvernaz, 29, who lives in Canada and has worked as a musician and a kitchen supervisor. Of his own marketing, he added, I'm pouring beet tea lattes all over myself like blood, and we're all half naked with teacups. Wait,
I'm out.
I gotta see this marketing. I mean, what? Pitch Black North's Instagram is a riotous potpourri of loose leaf glamour shots, bullet belts, half-naked face paint, heavy tea parties, and snaps of his own tattooed torso. He moonlights as a content creator on OnlyFans, a subscription-based website. Oh, Okay, I'm going to skip over that part. And after, let's see. Okay, Chai put a spell on you. Apricot for, okay, I do kind of want to go check this out because it actually sounds hilarious. I think you guys get the idea. You're going to have to go find this tea company, excuse me, and check it out. I may do that. Okay, article number 2. Where is it? Eerie witches' marks found at a church. Oh, what? There's a cat. I see a cat on that screen.
It's a DOS.
It is a DOS. What a beastly animal.
No.
No, he does not. He wants you to pay attention and pet him. Is he in your way? Good. Let's see. Eerie witches' marks found. How do they know they're witches' marks? Found among ruins of medieval English church. I mean, I guess that's it. A probable witch's mark found at the site of the abandoned St. Mary's Church in Buckinghamshire, England. Okay. I super want to read this, but I don't think I can. Oh, that's kind of cool. A detailed view of the circular markings. Let's see. One of the carvings identified at the site was situated close to ground level on the church's west buttress, making it more likely to be a witch's mark than a scratch dial. As the United Kingdom's National Churches Trust notes, these timekeeping tools were typically scratched into churches' south walls. Priests placed a stick in the dial's central hole. Oh, and then when the stick's shadow crossed one of the lines etched into the wall, the petitioners knew it was time for the next service. Witches' marks, meanwhile, were often inscribed near the entrances of church or houses, barns, or caves. Let's see. But it doesn't say why. Okay, it probably does, but I skipped over it. I don't know. Okay, it is because I have to go. I am super antsy to leave, you guys. Sorry, I drank 2 whole cups of things, and I'm super happy with the loot. That's why. I'm so sorry. I was gonna read them both, but now I have to go and
I'd
go.
like to lay down. I am hurting.
Yes. No, not you, Lou. Anyway, it is Wednesday. Thank you all for joining us. I am very happy that we were actually able to be back, you guys. It was a great show tonight and good to have everybody here. I hope Stormy's feeling a little better. I know that she was up and down because her back was giving her tweaky issues. But yes, so that means Friday will be author reads and then Sunday is handmade home shopping. And that is at 2 p.m. Pacific and 4 p.m. Pacific, respectively. Please hit the like and subscribe button, you guys. And remember, if you want to get a copy of this month's Fairy Press, now is the time to go get onto our Patreon because I'm sending them out tomorrow. So have a good one, everybody, and we will see you on Friday. Bye-bye.
Bye.